Hello friends, Intuitive Rene here, bringing you your Friday Pick a Card. And today's theme and today's question that we're looking at and asking in our Pick a Card is how to welcome in more love. So I've had a very interesting week in my interactions and dealings with clients, and there's been a theme this week, definitely quite a strong theme, and it's the theme or the feeling of we're just feeling like we don't have enough love. We aren't loved enough. We aren't appreciated enough. And just like things are not as feel good, happy as they should be. So it was quite interesting this morning, the way that it all worked out and the way that Spirit gave me the prompts for today's reading. And we're looking at how to welcome in more love. So we're going to first of all identify where it's lacking in your life. Okay, where is there a shortage of love? Why is there a shortage of love in that particular area, and what we can do about it? So we're really going to have, I think, very interesting readings. I have laid out the cards that we're going to be working with today, and I've got a tarot deck and two oracle decks, and oh, I think it's just gonna work so beautifully. I'm very excited for this particular Friday picker card. So let's take you through the cards that we're using, or the decks that we're using. So this very patterned one in front here is my vintage Pam Tarot deck. I love that deck. It really is just, it talks to my soul on such a level. So that's going to give us the bulk of our reading, the bulk of our information. Then this card at the back here is the Oracle of Magical Moments, or sorry, Oracle of Mystical Moments. I'll get it right. And then the big black card at the back, you can see how gigantic it is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle deck. So I do think it's all gonna, we're looking at mystical moments, we're looking at believing in your own magic, and we're looking at just how to welcome in more love into your life. So if this is the first time that you are doing a pick a card with me, welcome. It's lovely to have you join us. The way that it works is I'm doing three readings. We have the same question, but obviously the readings will be completely different. And all you have to do is decide which of these bundles, which of these groupings of cards is the one that you are drawn to, is the one that has the message, the reading, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need. And once you know which one it is, you can go straight to that portion of the video to receive your reading. So this will be bundle one, message one. This will be the second one, bundle two, message two, bundle three, and bundle message three. So you can use the timestamps, you can use the numbers, you can use a pendulum, use any method that works for you to help you choose which one you're going with today. I do think the readings are going to be incredibly detailed, and I do hope that they are relevant to you. I do hope it makes sense to you, and I do hope that you enjoy. So there are timestamps below. I do ask, if you do enjoy your reading, if you do resonate with the message that's been given to you today, please consider giving this video a thumbs up. And if you haven't already done, please do subscribe, because I do post videos every single day. 8 videos a week at a minimum. That is 7 daily tarot readings, and then once a week your Friday pick a card. And if you are a channel member, you do get access to all sorts of other perks. So do click that join button below and check out what you're missing out on. But I'm going to get straight into the readings, starting with bundle one. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle one as the bundle that has the message, the reading, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life today. Welcome. As you can see, I have shuffled and laid out the cards and positioned them on the table. We have got tarot in the middle, and we've got oracle cards on either end. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to getting into this reading and to see what it is all about. So our theme today, our topic today, is how to welcome in more love, how to welcome in more love into your life. You know, it's something that I've noticed this week that is lacking and missing in a lot of our lives, and in different areas. So it's not just about romance, it's not just about relationships, it's about, you know, anything and everything in your life. And that's what we're going to uncover today. We're going to look at the cards, and the cards are going to tell us what area in your life is lacking love, why is it lacking love, and how to fix it, how to repair it, how to make it all better. So that's what we've got going on here today. And let's get straight into your reading and see where it is that you need to welcome in more love. So we're going to start off with the tarot. The first question is, where is there a lack of love in your life? So the first card that we're going to turn over is to identify what area of your life, what aspect of your life, where in your life is there a lack of love? Let's have a look and see. So for you, oh my gosh, that is like severe. That is like so bad. What we have here is the Ten of Swords. And as you can see, I mean, he is being completely impaled. There are 10 swords piercing him. He is man down. He is lying down. He is not getting up again. He is feeling like, you know what, it's done and it's dusted. He's finished. He's over. It's not happening anymore. So in answer to our question, where is there a lack of love in your life? This card is telling you everywhere. there's no way of sugarcoating that. This is telling you that you are having a lack of love everywhere, but it is also got to do with your support. And the reason why I'm saying support is because every time I look at this Ten of Swords, I always notice, especially in your standard deck like this is, I always notice that the swords are almost in a completely straight line down his spine. What does your spine do? Your spine supports you. Your spine is what helps you to stay upright, to keep you going, to keep everything attached and everything connected. So as much as you are feeling completely overwhelmed and like there is no area in your life that is, you know, full of love and full of happiness and full of joy, it's almost like a complete overwhelm of negative emotions. So where is there a lack in your life? You're not feeling supported. You don't have the support that you need in your life right now. So you're not feeling supported, and that is why there is this lack. That is why you're not experiencing, feeling the love in your life at the moment. But it's got to do with the areas in life where you need to be supported, where you want to be supported. But it's also just it's a culmination. It's an all over, because with the Ten of Swords, he's man down. Okay, he is literally, figuratively man down. He does not have the energy to get up again. He does not have the energy to resist, to fight, to pull the swords out or anything like that. He's just going to lie there, and he has figuratively given up. Okay, he has figuratively given up, and he says, like, I'm done, I'm not doing this anymore. What happens though when we do give up, when we succumb, when we give in to the situation and we lie there? While you're lying there, you are recuperating, you are resting, you are recharging your batteries, you are regaining strength. Okay, and as these clouds lift and part, and as the new day dawns, that yellow that you see there is the new day dawning. And as that new day dawns, suddenly he's going to, because he's rested the whole evening, because he hasn't moved the entire evening, he has not given in. He has not succumbed. He is no longer dead. He has now found, he will find, as the day rises, he will find the energy to stand up and to face, to deal with, and to overcome this particular challenge. So whenever the Ten of Swords comes up, I do always say, as much as you are feeling it's done, I can't, I'm over, it's whatever, we will dig deep. We will find a way of digging ourselves up, picking ourselves up, and overcoming this particular situation. So where is there a lack of love in your life? Everywhere, but you're also not feeling supported in anything that you do. Okay, the next question. All right, we're moving on to card number 2. Why is it so hard to receive love here? Why is it that you struggle to receive love in all areas of your life? What is going on? It's almost like, what is the blockage? Okay, and what we have here is we have the Page of Cups. Page of Cups, he's gorgeous. He's fun, he's lighthearted, he's carefree. But what he does is these big, bold gestures. Okay, so when it comes to showing emotion, he does it over the top. He does it excessively. He does it easily, carefree. He doesn't overthink things, but he expresses himself in big ways. Okay, so the question here is, why is it so hard for you to receive love in this area of your life? Because you're giving all the time, because you're so focused on everybody else, because you're so worried about making sure everybody else is happy and making sure everybody else is loved and making sure everybody else feels the love that they need to feel. You don't care about yourself enough. You're not putting yourself into the priorities list. And that's what the Page of Cups is. The Page of Cups is all, you know, big shows of love and big shows of affection and big actions towards other people, but not to self. So it's giving and focusing on other people. And that's the blockage. The blockage is that you're taking such good care of everybody else in your life that you are neglecting self. Okay, so we need to change this. We need to not give so much to others so that we can be open to receiving. This is your blockage. This is the reason why you're not receiving love in the areas that you need. Okay, I know this is who you are. Okay, I mean, I know that this is probably who you are, who you have been for the longest time. We can't just click our fingers and change. We can't just click our fingers and suddenly not be that person anymore. I mean, that's impossible, truly and utterly impossible. But we're looking at the next card now, card number 3. And card number 3 is, what can you do to clear this? What can you do to do less of this, to prevent more of this? Okay, so what can you do to clear this blockage, or this, what makes it so hard to receive? Oh, look at that. So very interesting. We've got these two cards, both of them lying down, both suit of swords. All right, this is the 4 of swords, and that's the 10 of swords. With the 4 of swords over here, you can see what he's doing. He's lying down. He's not sleeping, but he is resting, okay? But it's one of those where you're sleeping with one eye open kind of situations. He is contemplating, he is thinking, but he hasn't completely given himself into the rest. He hasn't completely given himself into to taking it easy, because he's ready to get up and go at a moment's notice. So what can you do to clear the blockage? In other words, this card was saying to you, um, why is it so hard for you to receive love? Because you're focusing on other people. And this card's telling you to just stop. Just stop. Just rest. Just do nothing. Okay? As much as you are ready to jump into action at a moment's notice, as should anybody need you, the 4 of swords is telling you, don't. Just hold back. Resist. Lie down. Ponder. Think. Just, have you ever heard people saying to you that before you make a decision, sleep on it? That's what this card is telling you. Before you help anybody, before you rush to somebody else's aid, before you express love and admiration and gratitude and all those other good things for somebody else, sleep on it. Okay? Just take a minute, take a half an hour, take as much time as you need to just sort of hold back and wait a little bit to see that you don't give too much, so that people can actually notice, hey, look at you, you've got 10 swords in your back, let me help you for a change. Okay, but when you're just being so fabulous all the time, nobody's going to notice your pain, nobody's going to notice your disappointment, and that's where you're at, and that's why you're feeling the way you're feeling right now. All right, so again, I know this is who you are, okay? And I know this is not a bad quality to have. This is not a bad aspect, okay? But when we do it in excess, when we do it too much, then the scales are not balanced. And it is important that we balance the scales. It is important that we give as much as we receive, and it's this constant equal give and take. So we've looked at, where is the lack of love in your life? We've looked at, why is it hard for you to receive love? We've looked at what you can do to clear the block. Now, continuing with how to clear the blockage, what we're going to look at here with this card is what you can do to be more open to receiving love. Because looking at those 3, it's quite clear to me that you don't even give people a chance to love you back. You don't even give people a chance to do you favors. You're always giving and giving and giving. So we understand we need to stop. We understand we need to rest. We understand we need to hold back a little bit. But when we look at this card here, it's going to say to us, what can you do to be more open to receiving love and not allowing yourself to get into that position? So we have got the Justice card, and I think that is just so fabulous. The Justice card is about doing the right thing at the right time. The Justice card is understanding the laws of the universe. It's about understanding the way things operate, the way people operate, the way people think, and it's about doing the right thing. And the help that you've been giving people, the love that you've been giving out, what you do for others, it's excessive. You're doing more than you should, but it's that habit that you've got into, and it's that kind of people expect it of you now. Okay, and you've got to actually honor, because that's what justice is. It's about honoring, it's about respect, and it's about the basic laws of the universe. And the basic laws of the universe saying equal exchange. You're not supposed to be giving more than you're receiving. It needs to be an equal exchange. So the Justice card, what can you do to be more open to receiving love, is by admitting to yourself that you deserve it as well. Okay, by admitting to yourself that you also deserve to receive as much as you give out. So we're not wanting you to slow down. We're not wanting you to stop. We're wanting you to pause for a minute. We're wanting you to catch your breath, okay? And then Spirit is saying, you know what, understand what is the right amount. Figure it out, work it out. What is the right amount that you can give that the others can give to you as well, so that it is that equal exchange. So, what can you do to be more open to receiving love? Understanding balance. And I don't know if it's going to come through on the camera, but here we have the scales of balance, and it's understanding that balance. So here you've had some spinal alignment. Here we have lying down on a hard bed, again, continuing with that spinal alignment, but pausing and resting, having all the swords available should we need them. And here this is, I mean, here we're holding a sword upright, but we've got the scales of balance, and it's about doing what's right, not being excessive, not doing too much. It's about doing exactly what is right. And finally, I always like to end my readings off on a positive. I always like to end my readings off on a high note. So the question we're asking here with this one is, what can you look forward to once love is flowing freely in your life? So this is where you're at the moment. What do we have if we take this advice, if we follow this trend and we start doing what's right and not giving excessively? What do we have to look forward to? And what you've got there, oh my gosh, not such a fabulous card, not the card I was hoping for. This is the Five of Pentacles, and the Five of Pentacles is about feeling excluded. It's about feeling left on the outside. It's about feeling as if you don't have what you feel you want and you need in your life. So the question we had here is, what can you look forward to once love is flowing freely? And I think it's the way that I'm interpreting this, and what I'm hearing from Spirit is that the people who are taking advantage of you will leave. Okay, the people who are taking advantage of your kindness, of your generosity, of your everything, they will leave. They will walk out of the situation, and you won't be in a situation where you're just giving and giving and giving and giving all the time. So the people who don't deserve your love and your affection and your honesty and your integrity and all of that, they will leave. They will walk away. So I think that's actually quite a fabulous one. It's not you that's walking away, it's the others who have been taking advantage of you. You're putting boundaries in place, you're putting limits and restrictions in place, and therefore they will walk away. They will leave, and they will leave you to have the balance that you need in your life. Okay. All right. Now we're going to have a look at our oracles. And we're going to start off with this one. This is the Oracle of Mystical Moments. So let's turn it over and see what we've got. We've got the Gardener. You see, now I quite appreciate that, because let's be honest, okay? This situation that you're in at the moment, it's tough, it's hard, it's not easy. And to pick yourself up and to build yourself and to continue from this situation is a challenge. And it requires consistent, hard work, which is what gardening is. You know, gardening, it's not just about chucking a seed in the ground and hoping for the best. Once you've put a seed in the ground, first of all, it's preparing the ground. It's then putting the seed in the ground. It's then nurturing and taking care of said seed until such time as it produces fruit or vegetables or whatever it is, so that you can harvest and receive. But it's the watering, it's the tending, it's the taking care of. It's a long-term commitment. And I think that's the message that Spirit are giving you as well, is that this has been going on for too long, and it's time that we change it. It's time that we release people from our lives, from our situation, people who don't bring anything to the table, people who are not contributing to your life. It's time that we let them go. It's time that we put them out, and it doesn't matter if they're out in the cold, because they'll just go on to the next person. But you've got to stop doing and giving and being so much. You've got to just stop everything that you're doing, wait patiently while your seeds take life and start growing. And you've got to start honoring yourself, honoring the commitment, understanding the laws of the universe, and understanding the differences between right and wrong. We're going to go into the last oracle card, and this is the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle. So by Amanda Lovelace. Let's have a look if I can pick it up. We have got Escapist. I know there's a bit of a glare. It's card 32, and it is the Escapist. And it says, come home to yourself. And you know what? Absolutely. Absolutely. So here we have this lady. She's sitting on her bed. She is surrounded by soft color, well, actually warm colors, but soft fabrics and warm colors and happiness. There's a little bit of magic there. She's got her book of knowledge, her book of understanding, her book of blessings, her book of everything in life. And she's reading, and but look at the glow, look at the magic that we've got happening here, okay? And she's giving into that magic, and she is coming home to herself, because the only entries in this book are entries that she's made, things that she's put in, things that bring her happiness and joy. Nothing else matters. And we all need to become a little bit escapist. We all need to be more focused on ourselves and less focused on others. And again, Page of Cups. Page of Cups, normally Page of Cups is a fabulous card, but in this particular context, the Page of Cups is the excess. It's what we're doing too much of. We're giving, we're doing, we're being. We're loving others too much. We're not allowing anybody to love us back. And we need to come home to ourselves. We need to be more respectful and more understanding of our own needs, wants, and desires. We've got to start standing up for ourselves and doing what's right, and not always being concerned about other people. Because you know what? When the going gets tough, the tough get going. And those tough are getting out. They're moving. They're leaving you. They're leaving you behind. They've stabbed you in the back, and now they're out of there. And it's not fair. It's not fair. Justice is saying it's time to defend yourself. It's time to stand up. It's time to actually take back your power, take it back, do nothing until the situation resolves itself. You're in it for the long haul. And you want people in your life who are in it for the long haul as well. All right. Friends, I think this has been an incredibly important reading for you today. I do hope it resonates with you, and I do hope you're able to connect it to some part of your life and that it makes sense. As always, with love and blessings, from my heart to yours, until we connect again. Take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose Bundle 2, Message 2 as the bundle, the message that has the reading, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life today. And as you can see, I have shuffled and laid out the cards. We have got tarot deck in the middle here, which is the vintage Pam. And on either side here, I have got some oracle cards that we're going to be working with. And today's question that we're working on is how to welcome in more love into your life. So we're going to look at, it's not necessarily about relationships, it's not necessarily about emotions and romantic connections with other people. It could be any area of your life, but it's how to welcome in more love into your life. And the cards that I have got laid out are going to give us that information. So we're going to start off with the tarot, and we've got many questions, as you can see, that we're going to be asking. The first question that we're asking with our first card is, where is there a lack of love in your life? So what part of your life is lacking love right now? And let's get into it and have a look. So we have got the Two of Swords. So the Two of Swords, the first thing I see when I look at her is she's very defensive, okay? Having her arms crossed in front of her chest, she's blindfolded. Yes, she has these two gigantic swords that she could use to defend herself, but because her eyes are blindfolded, because she's got that blindfold across her eyes, she doesn't know what's right in front of her, so she's immediately defensive. So somebody could be coming and offering her a bunch of flowers, and she's defensive and she's ready to attack. Somebody could be coming to attack her and she wouldn't know. She is blinded to the reality of her situation. She is blinded by everything that's going on around her, and she's not really paying much attention, okay? But she is almost guarded and protecting herself, so that, whoever comes, she's just going to snap at them. And I think this is where there is the lack of love in your life. It's when people approach you, you just seem to be snapping, you seem to be cutting, you seem to be pushing people away. You're not being open and welcoming. And that is where there is love lacking in your life. And this is the area where we need to welcome in more love. So we need to open ourselves up to being approached, if I can use that phrase, to be approached by people and to let people into your life. Okay. So that is, saying that is obviously one thing, saying it, but now let's try and identify, how did we get into this situation? What have we done in our lives? What have we done? How have we carried ourselves? What have we done that's put us in this situation? Why Is it hard to receive love in this situation? Let's have a look and see. So, what is the reason that what has created this particular situation? And what we've got here is the Queen of Pentacles. Okay, so in traditional tarot, Queen of Pentacles, she's lovely. First of all, I love the colors of the card because they're very warm and they're very comforting. Okay, the colors that we have. Actually, I want to bring it a bit closer. I can't pick it up. Oh my word. New nails and all, and she can't pick up the cards. Right, let's cheat and do it that way. So let's have a look at our Queen of Pentacles. So she sits on her chair. Look at the beautiful colors around her. There's even a hare over here, a rabbit over here. Everything, she's got everything her heart desires and so much more. But I want to note her posture. I want to look at her posture. She doesn't look very confident, does she? She's sort of stooped down a little bit. She's sort of like leaning forward a little bit, and it's almost like she's pondering, questioning, and almost feeling a little bit mournful, feeling a little bit sorrowful, feeling a little bit sorry for herself. So she knows that she has excess. She knows that she has everything her heart desires. We have the bunny of abundance. So she has everything her heart desires, but yet there's something missing. There's something lacking. And I do believe when I look at the question we're asking and I look at these two cards. So, where is there a lack of love in your life? You are maybe pushing people away, maybe pushing people, situations, and circumstances away. You're not as open as you should be, and it's because you don't see, you don't give yourself the chance to see what's right in front of your eyes. Why is it hard for you to receive love here? It's because you know you have everything that your heart desires. You know logically we can tick all the boxes. Everything is provided. We have actually quite a good life, but we do know that there's something missing. But instead of admitting that, instead of owning up to that, instead of saying to everybody, you know what, I'm lacking in this area, because you financially, possibly materialistically, you have all your needs catered for, everything taken care of, but there's just something sitting beneath the surface that is lacking and that is missing. And instead of being vulnerable, instead of showing that vulnerability, it's easier to just turn people away, to chase people away. And that is why it's so hard for you to receive love. So this is the blockage that you're experiencing. So on the outside, if you spoke to anybody about your life and you told them your situation, they probably would look at you like, are you mad? You've got everything. You don't need anything. But they don't see what's lying beneath the surface. So sometimes when we're in a situation like that, it's easier to just keep quiet. It's easier to just keep it within, instead of actually putting it out there for everybody to see, because not everybody's going to understand. And therefore we go into defensive mode and we try and protect ourselves as much as possible. But this is why it's hard for you to receive love, because it's not through in a situation of lack. You don't have lack in your life. There is abundance, there is plentiful, but there's just something else missing, and maybe we can't quite put our finger on it. So it's easier to just stay defensive and to keep everybody at arm's length, to keep everybody away, in the hopes that we figure this out for ourselves. Okay. Obviously, this isn't working. Obviously, we need to fix this. We need to adjust this. So, looking at our third card, the third card is, what can you do to clear the blockage? What can we do to resolve this? What can we do to make it a bit better for ourselves? Let's have a look and see what we get. All right. What we have here is the Six of Wands. So in traditional tarot, Six of Wands, there's no names and numbers on these cards, but it's the Six of Wands. Six of Wands is about acknowledging your success. Okay. So, and again, I know all of you who chose bundle two, every single one of you who are watching and listening to this right now, I know you're not the kind of person to blow your own trumpet. I know that. Okay. It's clearly evident. All right. You're not the kind of person who likes to blow their own trumpet. You prefer to keep it under wraps, to keep things low key, and to not really put yourself out there to that extent. But actually, what can you do to clear this blockage, to make people realize the problem, or the where you don't have enough love in your life, is by, first of all, speaking out, letting people see you, letting people see who you are, what you are, how you are, all of those kind of things. It's about putting yourself out there. But it's about acknowledging your successes. So what can you do to clear the blockage? Acknowledge all your successes. Acknowledge everything that you have done, everything that you are doing, and everything that you want to do. Put it out there and acknowledge, because then people will start being able to see you for who you truly are instead of just pieces of you. Okay. And here you won't have to be so defensive because people are going to see you in a different light. And when they see you in a different light, they're going to value and appreciate you more. So you don't have to defend your vulnerability any longer. Okay. What can you do to be more open? Because I get that this is difficult for you. I get that blowing your own trumpet or putting your own self out there or, being full of yourself is not who you are. It's not the person you are. It's not what you're used to doing. So what can you do to make this easier? That's really what we're looking at here with card 4, is how can we make this easier so that people can see us in all our glory and not just certain parts of it. So what can you do to be more open to receiving love? It's so this is in traditional tarot, this is the death card. And I know everybody's petrified at the death card, but I welcome it. And especially in this particular context, this is actually quite fabulous because the death card is about, first of all, admitting who you are, admitting your situation, admitting your circumstances, and going with it, going with the change, okay? Because we can't carry on like this any longer. We cannot carry on like this any longer either. Something has to shift and change. And that's what this card is all about. It's about allowing yourself, giving yourself permission to be different, giving yourself permission to show and reveal parts of yourself that you've kept hidden for the longest time. The death card is about walking away from the struggles, walking away from the pain and the discomfort, walking away from those parts of ourselves that we fear the most and embracing the new. Let's take that blindfold off, okay? Because that's what this card is saying. It's saying you need to face your fear. You need to take the blindfold off so that you can see clearly. And in seeing clearly, you're going to reveal all of yourself, and people will celebrate and love you for that. But the more you stay with that blindfold on, the more you resist the change, the more deeper and darker and scarier your situation is going to come. So again, Queen of Pentacles, she's not a scary card, okay? But she has everything her heart desires from a physical point of view. She might not have the emotional love and support, but physically, all her needs are taken care of. Physically, she has everything her heart desires, but what she doesn't have and what she lacks is impacting on her. And that's why you are getting so defensive. So we need to take that blindfold off. We need to be brave. We need to soldier on. We need to not resist the change any longer. We need to be more open and transparent and reveal our true selves to people so that people can see who you are. All right. And I know this is scary. I know this whole story here. It's like, I don't know if I'm ready. I don't know if I can, but you know what? You have to. You have to. You will. You have to. You can, and it's going to be okay. Not making the change is what you need to fear the most. Making the change, removing that blindfold, opening your arms, revealing your true innermost secrets, letting people see you for who you are. That is not to be feared. That is to be celebrated. But staying in this defensive mode, staying here where we are blind to our reality and blind to our situation, that's what you should be afraid of, not this. Okay. So, last card here. What can you look forward to once the love is flowing freely? So, when we find the courage to remove the blindfold, to uncross our arms, to reveal our secret hidden desires, to let people see us for who we are, once we've done all of that and we've almost allowed the change to happen, once we've allowed this transition and this change to happen, what can we look forward to? Let's have a look and see. We have got the Knight of Cups. So I'm just loving it. First of all, 3 horses, all moving into the future. Let's just acknowledge that. We started sitting on concrete bench. We're now on a horse. Then we were on a horse, and then we were on a horse. So it's 3 horses. All our horses are moving in the direction of the future. That way's the past, that way's the future. Okay, so we're all moving forward, we're all moving towards bigger and better. The Knight of Cups is about, carrying your heart on your sleeve, being an emotional being, showing off your emotions and letting love flow freely. You know, our Knight of Cups, he doesn't really question and ponder feelings. He just acts on it. He just allows his feelings to drive him. We're allowing our fear to restrict us. He's allowing his feelings to allow him to move, to progress, to have. So if feelings is the drive here, fear is the restrictor here. And this is where we're going from. We need to move from fear to freedom, to feelings, to emotion, to fabulous. Okay. And that's the only way that you can do that is by admitting your vulnerabilities, letting people acknowledge all that you have going for you, all the successes, everything that you've done, every little thing that you've done. Be open to change, be open to removing that blindfold and allowing yourself to progress. And if you can do that, friends, you will be welcoming a lot more love into all areas of your life. All areas of your life. Okay, let's have a look at our tarot. We're going to start off, sorry, erase that. Let's have a look at our oracle messages. Okay. So we're going to start off with this one over here, and this is Oracle of the Mystical Moments, and let's see what message we get from the oracle. So what we have here is card number 47, and it says my dear friend, but it's my dear friend as in the deer. And again, the deer, it's in a similar shape. It's looking forward. It's the same as the horses. It's about progress. And it's about utilizing. Look what she's doing. She's not walking next to the deer. She has climbed onto the deer. She is allowing the deer to help her move forward. She's not restricting the deer or limiting the deer in any way, but it's about utilizing what options or what situations or what people or what vehicles you have. Take advantage of what you have access to and don't feel like you're taking advantage, okay? Even though you are, and I'm telling you, take advantage, but don't feel like you're doing a disservice to the animal, to the friend, to the situation. But it's about using, and I think that's exactly why we have this card over here, okay? Because the Six of Wands is basically saying to you victory. It's about acknowledgement of success. It's acknowledgement of what you've done, acknowledgement of who you are. And I think this is what you need to do is you need to, this is talking to that same card, and it's saying show off your accomplishments, show off who you are, but use your dear friends, and dear friends as in those that you love, those that mean the most to you. Let them help you. Don't try and do all of this on your own. Okay, you need to let people in, let your dear friends in. Don't be so closed off and keeping everybody away. You need to open up, you need to let people in, and the only way that you're going to do that is by acknowledging them, letting them see you vulnerable, and removing your blindfold. Go for that change and let your dear friends in. I think that's actually quite cute. And here, our last oracle card. This is from the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle by Amanda Lovelace. And let's turn it over if I can and see what we've got. We've got card 6, and it's the card of dragons. And the key message underneath says, slay them all. And I do think so. She is holding a sword, as in there. Let me bring it closer so that you can see. So you can see the sky is alive with dragons. This is her castle, and she wants to protect her castle. And the key words at the bottom is dragon slay them all. Please note that she does have a disability, but she's not hiding it. Okay, she's not hiding the fact that she, doesn't have both her legs. She's bravely showing it off. She wears a short dress to show off that even though I'm disabled, doesn't mean I'm not capable. I am fully capable. And she is going to go and slay all the dragons. She's not afraid. The reason why she's not afraid is because she faces her fears. She doesn't put a blindfold on and go, oh, woe is me, oh, woe is me. She doesn't sit there feeling sorry for herself. She's like, I'm charging ahead. I'm going to bring on my friends. I'm going to move into the future. I'm going to move forward with passion, with fiery energy in her heart and her soul. And she is going to slay the dragon so that she is free from fear. Fear is what is crippling her. She's not going to let anything cripple her. She's not going to let anything hold her back. And friends, this is exactly what you need to do. So in the best way to welcome love into your life is to face your fears, slay those dragons, invite your friends in, invite the people that mean something to you, invite them into your life. Don't feel like you are not worthy. Don't feel like They only want you for certain things. Be open to love and letting it flow, but acknowledge all those successes, acknowledge all your victories, acknowledge everything that you've done. But it's definitely time for change. All right. Friends, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again. Take care. Hello and welcome to those of you who chose bundle 3 as the bundle that has the reading, the message, the guidance, and the inspiration that you need in your life today. Welcome. As you can see, I have shuffled and laid out the cards, and we have got tarot and 2 oracle decks that we are working with today, and I'm sure we're going to get a really fabulous message. So today's question or today's theme is how to welcome in more love into your life. So we've got a whole lot of questions, as you can see by the tarot cards laid out, that's going to help us identify where in your life there is this lack of love. What can we do to bring more love in? What can we do to fix that and to welcome in more love into your life? And it doesn't necessarily specifically reference romance. We're not talking about romantic relationships. It's just love in general. Like, and love is that feel good kind of energy, and it's something that we all desperately need in our lives. So where sorry how do you need to welcome in more love into your life? So we're going to get straight into it, starting with the tarot, and then we will move on to the oracle cards. So the first question we have to ask is, where is there a lack of love in your life? What area, what aspect, what part of you is lacking in the love department? And what we've got there is the 10 of Wands. So the 10 of Wands, as you can see, he is carrying a heavy load, okay? So 10 of Wands is typically our doing. It's the thing that we do. So I'm going to go and label this as work, career, the thing that you do every single day, whether it is taking care of a home, whether it is going to work every day, whether it is just whatever. It is just, it's a heavy burden. It's a heavy load to carry, and you're finding it really tough. You're finding it really, really difficult. So this is where there is a lack of love, a lack of happiness in your life. You're just feeling like you're carrying the weight of the world on your shoulders. You can't wait to actually get to the end of the day where you can put it down, give your arms, give your back, give your legs, give everything a rest, because it's just, you've been carrying this for too long. So that is, I do think it's probably work. It might just be life in general, okay? But that is where that there is a complete and utter total lack of love in your life right now. So as always, identifying the problem is always the easy thing, isn't it? Identifying the problem is easy. You know, you probably didn't even need me to do that for you. You probably, as soon as we asked the question, and I explained a little bit, you immediately were able to identify where in your life is there this lack of love. So this probably didn't come as a surprise to you. But so that's the easy part. The challenge or the difficulty is now trying to explore, how do we fix that? How do we make that better? And that's what we're going to look at with the rest of the cards. So before we look at how to fix it, what I want to ask with card number 2, the question I have there is, why is it hard for you to receive love? Because you've been doing this for the longest time, okay? You've put yourself in this situation. I do think you've put yourself in this situation. So I am putting a little bit of the blame, if I can use that word, onto you. You've put yourself into this situation because it's easier to carry the stress than it is to receive the love. So, question 2, why is it so hard for you to receive love? Let's have a look and see. So, what we have is the King of Cups. So, the King of Cups, and I actually want to show you the card. Oh, my word, I really struggle to pick these up. Let's show you the card. So the King of Cups, if the camera will focus, I think it's clear enough, you can see. So here he sits on a concrete chair. He has a concrete base to his chair, but look at the waters around him. Can you see that? The waters around him are all quite choppy and quite busy. Waters represents emotions, but he's sitting very securely on his chair. Like not much is going to shake him. Not much is going to put him off. He's sitting very confidently. He has got his chalice, his cup in one hand, and I think that, let's call it like a scepter in his other hand, and he's very confident. He's feeling very strong. He's looking out at the ocean. He's looking out at the ships coming in and everything else. And he's very much, I want to call him, he's very stable. Okay, he's very stable and he's very much in control. And by being like that all the time, by being so steadfast and so solid when there's emotions flying all around you, staying so stable, that is the reason why people find it hard to bring you or to give you love. So remember the question here. Question one was, where is there a lack of love in your life? And it's this burden. It's the fact that you're finding everything really difficult, everything really tough, and you feel like you have to do it on your own, and like nobody's helping you, and you've been doing it for the longest period, and you are absolutely exhausted. Question two is that why is it so hard to receive love? What is the blockage? Why do you feel like you need to do everything? Because you are so in control. Okay, you feel like you need to be the king. You need to be in control. You need to be as level-headed and as stable and as you possibly can. You know, to be a little bit careless, a little bit reckless is just not even an option. And that is the blockage. That is why you're having to carry this burden on your own. So if you can let go of the control issues a little bit, you're going to find it easier to receive help, to receive love, to welcome love into your life. Okay. And I get this. I get that I mean, I know I'm very much of a control freak myself. Um, but we have to, sometimes we have to relinquish control. Sometimes we have to give up sitting on our throne just so that we can have assistance and help from everybody. The longer you sit on the throne, the more people put pressure on you, the more people expect of you, the more people expect you to carry the burdens and the stresses. But every now and again, we've got to take the crown off. Every now and again, we have to, we have to offload a little bit and allow somebody else to carry a bit of the burdens. You don't have to do it all on your own. I get it. I do. I do. Okay. Question three. What can you do to clear this? So again, identifying the problem, easy part. Okay, so this is the blockage. This is the reason why you're carrying these burdens on your own. So what can you do to clear the blockage? What can you do to let go of these control issues? Let's see what we get. Oh, that's actually very interesting. We have got the King of Wands. So it's almost like they're looking at each other. Can you see that? He's turned his head slightly this way and he is looking head on that way. So it is about recognizing your allies. Okay. It's about recognizing he's in the same position. Okay. He's still in control. He's a king. He's also sitting on a concrete block. He knows exactly who and what he is, just like you do. So it's about meeting like-minded people. Okay, it's about reaching out to like-minded people and almost joining forces, let's call it. Okay, so that's what you need to do for this burden that you're carrying, that's so heavy and that you've been carrying for such a long time. It's about sharing the load with somebody on the same level as you. That's the way that I'm interpreting this. So we've got the King of Cups, we've got the King of Wands. They need to come together, they need to work together, they need to share responsibilities. And if they can figure out how to do that, if you and this person can figure out how to do it, neither of you will be carrying the burden unnecessarily, because I can almost assure you that he's carrying just as much of a burden as you are. All right. So what can you do to clear your blockage? Find somebody on the same level as you, somebody who is, I don't want to say exactly like you, because the only similarity here is king and king. That's the only similarity. So find somebody on your level who understands you, who gets you, and share the burden with them. I like that actually. All right. Don't feel like you have to do everything on your own, because you don't. And it's not a weakness. It's not a bad thing to offload or to share with somebody else. It's really not. Sharing with somebody else is actually the smart move here. Trying to do everything on your own, you're failing. You're not getting it right. That's the bad move. Sharing resources. Two heads are better than one. All of that kind of stuff. All right. Okay. So again, question 4 that we're looking at here, what can you do to be more open to this situation? So because I understand that this isn't always easy, depending on your circumstance, depending on what this burden is, depending on what this duty is that you're needing to fulfill. You can't just sort of go to your competitor, tap on their shoulder and say, hey, can we join forces? It's not as simple and as easy as that. So This situation, as much as it is a good idea, okay, what can you do to clear the blockage? As much as that is a good idea. Question 4 here is, what can you do to be more open to the situation? What can we do to almost help the situation? What can we do to make this easier? Let's see what we've got. Yeah, you see? I'm laughing because this is the Lovers card. And the Lovers is about partnership. It's about joining. It's about choices. It's about two heads is better than one. It's about finding your match. It's about finding your equal. It's about finding somebody who complements you for what you are and who you are. So, whatever your situation is, you're not supposed to be doing this on your own, okay? You're not supposed to be doing this on your own. You are supposed to be teaming up and partnering. But I think the problem is that you've probably, if you've tried this before, if you've tried to partner or connect with somebody before, I'm almost confident to say that you've probably chosen somebody beneath your standard, okay? And therefore, you've still had to carry more burden. You've still had to carry more. But that's where you've gone wrong. And this is Spirit saying to you, when it comes to the partnership, when it comes to the joining, when it comes to the connection, you want to make sure that it's equal. You want to make sure that it's we're meeting in the same place. We're not you up here and them down there, because then we're going to miss each other. All right. So when I look at these two cards, I think Spirit is saying to you, this burden that you carry, you need to share it equally with an equal partner, and not with just somebody, not just with a random person. So if you've not had success, it's because I can almost guarantee you, whoever you were partnering with, they were beneath your standards. Finally, our last card in the tarot. The question we have here is, if you take this advice, if you listen, if you find this person to partner up and to team up with, what can you look forward to once the love is flowing freely? So once you've released this burden, shared this burden with somebody else, what can you look forward to? And what we have there is the beautiful Empress. I love that. OMG, I love that. I am claiming this. I am so claiming this. So the Empress, she's all about creation. She's all about beauty. She's all about, she's got the wheat here, and we know that with wheat we can almost make anything, okay? She's got waterfalls, she's got wheat, she's got everything. She's about creation. She is the mother of all things. She knows how to make the most of situations, of circumstances. She is the person who gives birth to new things, new ideas, new situations, and new circumstances. She is creation. Okay, so this is not creation. You're not going to feel very creative when you're so overburdened. You're just going to feel grumpy, exhausted, fed up, irritated, etc. When you partner and connect with somebody like-minded who can put as much effort into the situation as you do, then suddenly the creativity is going to flow, and suddenly you are going to achieve great success and great happiness. But if you try and do it on your own, so do you want to be that person, or do you want to be that person? I don't know about you, but I want this, okay? I want this. I don't want to feel so burdened. I want to team up and partner and connect with people, with like-minded people who can help me together. Everybody wins. And that's exactly what the Empress is saying. Everybody deserves a chance to win. Everybody deserves, but you have to be selective in who you connect with, who you partner with, and make sure that it's somebody who is like-minded. I am loving this. All right, let's have a look at our oracle cards, and we're going to start off with this one over here. This is the Oracle of the Mystical Moments, and let's see what it wants to contribute to our story. So we have got the gorgeous Elixir of Life. So what she's doing, okay, first of all, she is just so in the moment. She is so in the here and the now. She's not thinking about tomorrow. She's not thinking about next week. She's not thinking about next year. She is right here in the now. She is so focused on this one flower that is right in front of her. You can see here she's holding it. She is so focused in there, and she is taking in the scent of it. She is taking and breathing in the elixir of life. And what that does is it rejuvenates her. It just replenishes her energy and allows her, it reminds her, actually, let me use that word, it reminds her of what it is that makes her happy. So she is taking a minute to smell the roses, literally taking a minute to smell the roses. And when we do that, suddenly we have more creativity, we're more inspired, we understand the things that truly matter, and we know what's actually important. this control that you're trying to hold and this dominance and everything else, that's not what matters. That's not what's important. Share the load, connect with somebody relevant, connect with somebody significant, and start enjoying life. I want to say sniff in that elixir of life. Sniff it in, enjoy it, and be in the now, because that's the only thing that matters. And it's also the only thing that you have control over is the now. You cannot change the past, and the future hasn't happened yet, so don't worry about it. The only thing that you have access to, control over, is the here and the now. So sniff in that elixir of life. Let go of the burdens. All right. We're now going to look at this oracle card, and this is from the Believe in Your Own Magic Oracle by Amanda Lovelace. And the card we have is card 14, and it talks about thorns. Actually, need to bring, and I've got a bit of glare there today. Let's have a look. So we have three beautiful women. Okay, she's a young girl. She looks like she's a young girl too. But three beautiful women who are creating the most exquisite flower arrangements. Look at all the roses. And it says, thorns, weave together the crown that you deserve. I love that. Weave together the crown that you deserve. So it's about, and you know what, weave together. There's key words there. You know, the fact that there's three of them, the fact that they're working together, the fact that they are weaving something that is full of thorns. They're weaving together to create something beautiful that shows significance, that shows relevance, that shows excitement. Let's have a look at this elixir of life. Look how she is just taking it all in. I think absolutely. I love how the leaves are also hearts as well. So really, truly, absolutely amazing. So friends, I think the message for you here today, the reading for you here today, is stop trying to do everything on your own. It's time to split the load. It's time to share the responsibility. It's time to call in for help, okay? And it's not a sign of weakness. It's not a sign of failure. It's actually the way it's supposed to be. You're not supposed to be the superhero, okay? You need to share. You need to connect and partner with, so that you can, and so that everybody can enjoy the abundance that is available, the abundance that is there. We all deserve to wear the crown. And it's interesting that this is the crown, and what we've got here is the two kings that are wearing crowns, and even our empress. I want to show you, she even has a crown on her head as well. So how fabulous is that? So crowns are clearly the order of the day for you, and sharing the load, definitely very, very important. All right, friends, as always, with love and blessings from my heart to yours, until we connect again. Take care.